Hi, and welcome to module number 2, where we're going to talk through what is Lean and Six Sigma. In this module, we're going to talk about the different project and improvement types that we have in our organization. The next is our chosen improvement method, and that is for AkzoNobel the Lean Six Sigma methodology, followed by an introduction to what Lean is about and what Six Sigma is about, and then to ultimately come to the combination of Lean and Six Sigma. In our organization, we distinguish between 3 project types. The first one are transitions. And you can picture that as work being moved from one location to the other. The second are EPMO projects. Those are the projects where the solution is already known and we are going into the implementation. All other projects are continuous improvement projects. These are projects where the solution is not known yet and where projects are used to first identify the root causes before suggesting improvements. The focus of our curriculum is the continuous improvement project type. Looking at the continuous improvement project types, we distinguish between 3 types. The first one are daily improvements, the second are improvement initiatives, and the third are breakthrough projects. The idea behind it is that the complexity of the tools go up from daily improvements, from being relatively simple, to very complicated breakthrough projects. Of course, we would not like to have too many breakthrough projects. Therefore, the volume of these type of projects will be much lower than the amount of daily improvements we will see in our organization. The first type that we see are daily improvements. Those are team-based small improvements where the goal is to engage our people in the teams to make small step changes each and every day. One of the tools we use for this are daily huddles, where we as a team come together and discuss our current issues and performance challenges. The tools associated with daily improvements will be waste identification and 3C, which stands for concern, cause, and countermeasure. In Module 3, you will learn more about the common tools for daily improvements, such as waste identification and the 3C. The second improvement type that we have in our organization are so-called improvement initiatives, where the goal is to make team-based step changes. Some examples are improve paid on time percentage in the Netherlands, or reduce manager questions in People Services North America. Common themes for improvement initiatives are meeting or working towards the standards, or getting to a local performance, or solving a local performance issue. Some common tools associated with improvement initiatives are Kaizen, A3, root cause analysis, the project methodology Lean Six Sigma, which is abbreviated DMAIC, and value stream mapping. Further on in this curriculum, you'll be trained on some of these common tools. The last improvement type are the so-called breakthrough projects. Here, the goal is to eliminate or reduce performance issues in our global or regional processes. You can see these as global projects where we're driving, for instance, new process designs, where we're implementing new systems, anything that will be the same for all our centers, for all the people that we serve. Examples are, for instance, define new processes and policies for travel, or move to one process design and system for people services. Common tools will be overlapping somewhat with the improvement initiatives. So here we will see again the Lean Six Sigma project methodology, the A3, root cause analysis, and value stream mapping. Again, these will be trained further on as part of this curriculum. Now that you have heard more about the different improvement types that we have, it is time to go and look at the chosen methodology for AkzoNobel when we are doing our improvement projects. AkzoNobel has selected the Lean Six Sigma methodology for making sustainable improvements. This project approach will help, through a very structured approach, solving our problems through data and curiosity. But what is Lean Six Sigma about? Well, in the coming slides, you're going to be taken through the context of what is Lean, what is Six Sigma, and how are they combined. As you can see, the origin of continuous improvement and its underlying approaches, Lean, Six Sigma, and Lean Six Sigma, have a long history. Please take some time to take note of this history on this slide. Besides all the information of the history in Lean Six Sigma and Lean Six Sigma, it is good to know that this methodology keeps on evolving. What have been some of the changes we can witness? Well, first is that the Lean Six Sigma methodology started in manufacturing. Slowly but gradually, this methodology got adopted to the business environment. And till today, we see the difference between the supply chain, manufacturing side, and the business environment, where our training will make sure that we're going to teach you more about the relevant tools and approaches applicable for a business environment. Lean Six Sigma consists of two parts. The first part is Lean, and the second part is Six Sigma. And what is Lean then? Well, Lean is all about maximizing customer value by eliminating waste. This will help make our processes less complicated, faster, and easier to follow. In this animation, we show you what Lean will do. In the current situation, the process flows from step 1 to step 2, 3, and then 4. Doing further analysis on why are we doing these steps, are they added value, basically does that make sense in terms of what we do, we then come to terms and say, well, step 3, step 4 are no longer needed, and we eliminate it. Consequently, the process will then go much quicker and is easier. If we go into more detail on what Lean is about, we're always talking about the principles of Lean. There are 5 principles. The first one is value, the second is waste, third is flow, fourth is pull, and the fifth is perfect. What does that mean? Well, value means what is it that defines the value for the customer? In other words, what is important for the customer and what is not? And the what is not automatically determines the waste. These are activities we do where our customer does not see value in. The third is flow. See it as a river full of obstacles. Would then the water flow easily through that river? Probably not. So if we take away all these barriers, then automatically the river will flow much better, and that is what flow is about. The same can be applied to our processes, meaning where do we have obstacles, what are barriers, and what are obstructions preventing us from having flow. Then pull. Pull is that we start to deliver when the customer requires it. That means not before or after. In the pull system, we try not to have any inventory. And all joking aside, I think none of our processes are currently a push system, which is the opposite of a pull. Because I am not receiving an answer from people services before I have raised a question. Number 5 is perfect. The aim here is to do things first time right. Because anything that needs to be touched a second time will have to come back into the flow. And if we have more water coming into that river, every time we're going to see a massive amount of work equals flow. So in principle, lean is about speed, focused on making our processes simpler, faster, and easier. Now coming to what is Six Sigma. Six Sigma is all about reducing variability and defects. What you can understand from variability is the following. Imagine that every time when I want to get a cup of tea, the water is one time 80 degrees, the other time it's 70 degrees, the other time it's 50 degrees. But in average, we end up somewhere around 65. Now, the bigger the variability is, the more I need to adjust my drinking. I might have one time that I burn my mouth because it's at 80 degrees, and sometimes my water is too cold and I don't like it. That is the basis of Six Sigma, reducing that variability. What is Six Sigma? Well, basically Six Sigma is the amount of variability that we see when we look at the number of items that pass through a process. It is then translated to defects per million opportunities. Well, if we are at Six Sigma level 1, and we will be looking at 15.6 million flights handled in 2016, the number of planes that would crash at a 1 Sigma level would be 10.7 planes each and every year. Luckily, that's not the case. It's a very rare occasion that planes crash. Airliners are striving to be perfect, meaning that they are looking at 3.4 defects per million opportunities, resulting in a very low chance of an airplane crashing. The chance is so small that we're looking at 0.0001 planes that would crash per year. What more is Six Sigma? Six Sigma is a statistical measure of process capability. In the previous example, you already saw that we're looking at reducing the defects to as little as possible. In addition, it brings a set of tools that takes into consideration both the human and the technical components for executing our processes. We use the project methodology to ensure we have decision making based on facts. It is a methodology for continuous improvement, and on top of it, it is a business philosophy and strategy, striving to be perfect all the time, everywhere, and every day. As a recap, Six Sigma is about accuracy and precision. The aim is to use this tool to make our processes more consistent. why would we combine Lean and Six Sigma then? What does Lean Six Sigma do for GBS? Combining it means that in the Lean approach, we're looking at speed, we're looking at customer value, and in the Six Sigma bit, we're looking at removing all the defects and making our processes more consistent. If we combine these two approaches, we're going to look for faster, more efficient, and higher quality processes using data and fact-based checking before we make any further improvements. In summary, Lean is about speed. It talks about removing waste, increasing speed, focuses on the customer. Six Sigma is about accuracy, so reduce variation, improve quality. And if we combine that, the speed and the accuracy, we are going to have a better service delivery to our customers, an increased and better service quality. We will have, of course, satisfied customers, and we will have our employees more engaged. Lean Six Sigma is not only about business results, it's also about our employees. It will bring not only new skills and capabilities to you as an individual, but it will also give you more control of where you think you can make a difference in optimizing our processes and therewith making your work more fun, more attractive, and entertaining to continue doing. I would like to invite you for a little bit of a challenge. You have now been spending some time in our GBS organization, and I'm curious, what would be a good improvement idea that you could share with us? We would like you to go to our SharePoint and start a discussion on what you think would be a good improvement initiative. We would like you to connect with the local continuous improvement lead on your site to share what improvement idea you have already spotted and to see how we can get that, and to see if we can make that idea translate, or to get this idea translated into a project so we can make the improvements needed. And